I want to be like Mike. That's Michael Jordan. However,
and it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. Fanboys, we hope your day is going terrible. That will never change. If you're watching my channel a year from now, 2 years from now, and you are still a fanboy of LeBron James, just know that I still hope your day is going terrible. Shout out to Victor Wembanyama. He's someone who, I'm hoping in the next upcoming years he will turn out to be more than we all expect. And I say more than we all expect because I feel like he's a great player in the league now. He's obviously going to continue to get better. But again, to me, when you talk about greatness in this league, you're talking about relative to the low standards of this league. So when I say I hope he becomes great, I mean I hope he becomes great according to what the standards used to be of greatness, which were much higher standards of greatness. But what he recently said gives me some hope that his mind is at least in the right place. So without further ado, let's check out this article from fadeawayworld.net. Says Victor Wembanyama claims some NBA players lost his respect because they didn't work hard enough. Victor Wembanyama spoke on the players he admired before entering the NBA and how those opinions have changed since joining the league. And it says Victor Wembanyama recently spoke in an interview with Sports Illustrated while talking about what surprised him the most about his rookie year. Wemby took the chance to take some shots at some unknown players whom he was a fan of in the past, but then lost his admiration for them after seeing how they don't put in the work to the level he thought or expected of them. Quote, in a good and bad way, it's how the best in the game are. How in a good way, some of them are really impressive and inspiring in the way they approach the game every night, but others that I used to like, now it's like I'm just not sure they deserve it. Like they don't seem to put as much work in as I thought. Says Wembanyama didn't hold back when criticizing some players in the NBA for not working as hard as they needed to and coasting on their talent. While it may seem harsh from Wemby, it is good to see that his mentality dictates that hard work is the most important facet of success. In the interview, Wemby did talk about the players in the NBA that he admires and named Kevin Durant, Rudy Gobert as the players he respects the most. That's interesting. He also talked about his expectations for himself and the Spurs as they look to begin the new season with veteran all-star point guard Chris Paul. And the article goes on, but we'll hold up right there. So yeah, this is like I said, this is good coming from Wembanyama. To me, it shows that his mind is in the right place. Now, I thought it was interesting that he mentioned Rudy Gobert and Kevin Durant as two players he still admires. Kevin Durant, I can kind of see because I do believe Kevin Durant works hard at the game of basketball. But like I said, to me, Kevin Durant's biggest problem, especially to be a superstar, is that he lacks leadership. And I think this is the reason we haven't seen Kevin Durant be successful outside of being with a leader like Steph Curry. But Rudy Gobert, to me, he's a very overrated defender in my opinion. But so let's talk about this a bit. I'm cautiously optimistic about Victor Wembanyama. And I say cautiously optimistic because, as we can see, just last year, there was a lot of hype around Anthony Edwards because he said some great things about leadership that, made it seem like maybe his head is in the right place. And ever since then, Anthony Edwards has continued to disappoint. He has continued to disappoint time and time again. And there was a time when Giannis was talking and saying all the right things. And of course, he won his championship the right way. We can never take credit away from him for that championship. Again, to me, Giannis's one championship is greater than every single last one of the Deer's championships. But, to me, after that championship and Giannis was bragging about how he did it the right way, we did eventually see the culture of the NBA rub off on him to where, he was not satisfied where he was anymore. And it seems that he was blaming exterior circumstances instead of just getting better and better himself. And this is the problem when you are in a culture like that, is that when you're in a culture like that, it's hard to resist that culture for your entire career. The culture of the NBA is entitled. I mean, the same way that we live in an entitled society. And it's just like, the kids growing up today, it's going to be tough for them to escape that when they're surrounded by this entitlement everywhere you turn. So yeah, that is the concern with Victor Wembanyama. Even though it seems like his head is in the right place, he's surrounded by the culture of the NBA, which is just an entitled culture. Not just an entitled culture, but the face of the NBA, the Deer, the Duck, the king of entitlement, the king of excuses, and the king of needing to be praised, which is also, part of the NBA culture and part of the culture we live in as a society. Is everybody wants to be praised. It's like AKA clout. It's that search, that pursuit of clout, which to me, clout is it's a drug that's very easy to get addicted to. Everybody wants to be recognized. Everybody wants to be told they're great. But again, nobody really wants to earn the title of greatness. And this is what Victor Wembanyama is going to be surrounded by in the NBA. This is what seemed to quickly derail Anthony Edwards, is that he got a lot of hype. He got a lot of praise because he took some accountability last year in the playoffs and, said, hey, this was my fault. I wasn't playing hard enough. And we saw him holding his teammates accountable, and whatnot. And so everybody was praising him for that. But it's just like, just that quickly, it all seemed to go to his head to where the point that he just started exposing how ridiculous he is, But again, I think the signs was already there. What he said about in the All-Star game, and I'm still talking about Anthony Edwards. What Anthony Edwards said after that ridiculous All-Star game, where there was a combined over 400 points between both teams, and Anthony Edwards basically said, hey, guys don't want to compete, and you kind of see this as a vacation, and he did, it was kind of making excuses. But the bottom line is, who cares who wants to compete? If you're a competitor, then go out there and destroy everybody. They have a choice to make. They have the choice to either compete with you or be embarrassed by you. So, when players try to pawn it off like it's just a group thing and nobody wants to compete and I don't really think it's fixable and, that kind of thing, is like, well, you're just showing you're really not that much of a competitor yourself. So he said that back at the All-Star break. So, like I said, the signs were already there, but like I said, he said some things where it seemed like he was taking accountability. He got a lot of praise for that, and it seemed like he just took it and ran and then started exposing himself. You know, the dumbest thing he could have said was, you know, I don't really know much about the past eras, but then he proceeds to speak on it. You know, to me, at the point where you say you really don't know much about it, the best thing to do would be to shut up or to just simply say something that shows respect to players of the past. You know, to me, that's what the real honorable great players do, is they always show respect to the players of the past. Whether they think they're the best currently or not, like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, they show respect to the past eras because they simply understand that no past eras know me. They understand that. But so yeah, you know, but it's that pursuit of clout, that pursuit of praise that I think goes to these players' head, and you know, they start chasing the praise more than they want to work for it. You know, one of the biggest failures in the NBA to me is James Harden. Like James Harden, like I can't stand that guy, you know, but he doesn't get talked about obviously because he's not running around saying that he's the GOAT. But, you know, to make a statement like I am the system, to me, that just shows how one-dimensional of a player you are. You know, you're trying to say I am the system as if that is some compliment to yourself, or that means that you are some great player, but really that's a cop-out. Really, that's all you're really saying is I'm only capable of playing one way. And if I can't play my way, I can't be effective. That's what you're really saying. Again, the dear LeBron James, we all know LeBron James can't play outside of the LeBron James way. Without it, he's not effective. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think of the statements by Victor Wembanyama? What do you think about the future of Victor Wembanyama? Do you think he is going to be able to resist the culture of the NBA and stay on the path of hard work? Or do you think eventually he will succumb to the culture of the NBA and, you know, and wind up being just another player who's complaining about not having help, who's saying he needs to trade? But hopefully not. Like I said, I'm being cautiously optimistic, and but yeah, like I said, to me, the culture of the NBA is clout chasing and simply collecting money at this point. And like I said, that clout chasing is a drug for a lot of people. You get addicted to it, but the problem with this society is people want all the praise while not putting in the work, the same amount of work of the people who get all the praise. Like Michael Jordan, right? LeBron wants the praise of Michael Jordan without putting in the same kind of work that Michael Jordan had to put in to get that kind of praise. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.